Welcome back to another episode of the Clippers Latest, where we talk all things LA Clippers, quick, fast, and to the point. I'm your host with the most, Brandon Goggins, here with a jam-packed episode today. We've got a lot to talk about, and for good reason too. But first, of course, I want to do a quick vibe check, see how you guys are all feeling. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day today, or have had a wonderful day today, depending on what time you were watching this video. It could be at night, I don't know. But I hope that it was wonderful regardless. And without further ado, let's get straight into it because, like I said, we've got plenty to talk about today. First, starting with, of course, a little bit of James Harden glaze. We can't go too much farther with that. James Harden, he is a master of what I think is the most frustrating but also the most devastating play in all of basketball. The 4-point play. The most that you can the most that you can get per possession. In one singular possession. Well, I guess if technical fouls come into play, we're going like basic, on a like something that's going to happen usually. It doesn't always happen like that. But regardless, Harden is the only player since the 3-point line was introduced all the way back in 1979, back when Bird and Magic were first getting started in the league, to pull it off more than 100 times. And let that sink in for a second. All of these legends, all of these shooters, these elite shooters that we've seen over the years, and the Beard is still standing alone on top of that list. More than Steph Curry, more than Dame Lillard, more than everybody. It's not even close, I feel like that speaks to his scoring IQ. He is one of the best scorers the game has ever seen, and the way that he uses the rules to his advantage and turns what should have been a defensive stop into a mathematical dagger is just elite. You can't argue with it. When a game is tight, Harden's signature 4-point play is going to be the kill shot. Now, most of these obviously came from his Houston days, but it's still a treat to see him pull one out every now and then, Give us something to remember. But hopefully this season he can sprinkle a few more and maybe even make it a regular thing again, because when he does it, feels like showtime. And I know that I am very pleased as a fan when I see him, unlock that vintage Harden. And I think we can all agree on that. But Harden has a lot of haters. And apparently so do the Clippers. And I've talked about this time and time again, but I'm going to talk about it time and time again now. Look, lately I've been seeing a lot of talk online, and it's clear that people are rooting for the Clippers' downfall. Like very clear. Oh, I'm not scared of CP3 and Harden. They ain't never won. I'm about to sneeze. Ooh, that was woo. That one hurt a little bit. Shoot. Hey, man. Go get y'all allergy meds, because I'm about to sneeze again. Oh, my goodness. Help. Somebody give me some Claritin, some Zyrtec, something. Some damn, oh my gosh. Some damn Benadryl or something. I'm sorry, guys. You can't help the sneezes. There might be some more. So I pardon the disruption. But that's why you hear me sniffling, because, man, these allergies, bro, it's fall, And you guys have probably been able to figure out I don't live in California. So the allergies where I'm located is pretty bad. It's about that time of year. Give me some water, and we're going to start up, at the top of this. But like I was saying, there's so much hate for the Clippers, everywhere. It's I'm not scared of CP3 and Harden. They ain't never won. Kawhi, he's always hurt. Ain't nobody scared of the Clippers. Bill's never won. He's never will. Every team he goes to sucks. It's quite like that. Along the lines of those type of statements. They're popping up everywhere. And it's crazy to me how disrespectful it's all gotten. For real. And it's one thing to be underestimated. That's normal. You get, whatever. But this is just straight up, dismissive. And you know what? I'm fine with that. Whatever. Because these same people will be shocked midway through the season when they're going to be like, wait, how are the Clippers third in the West? What's going on over there? How'd they get this far? It always comes back to the same thing. We get counted out until the results force people to pay attention. How many times we got to prove it? And like as fans, yeah, it's frustrating. But the players, like they know how to tune that noise out. Like they hear it, they use it, and they keep moving. And a lot of these critics are just casuals anyway. So like they don't even like it don't really even matter. Like most of these people don't even know that we got John Collins and Brook Lopez this season. Two guys that fit this roster perfectly. All they think about is how we added Beal and how they're not intimidated by him, and the Clippers are going to be the same old Clippers. We're not the same old Clippers, like at all. We're not. And like that's why I want Beal to come out firing because he has something to prove, and he can be one that all the doubters will eat their words once they see him, do his thing. And honestly, that all starts today. Well, maybe not today, but very soon. Because Bradley Beal will be the only player that's not suiting up for the Clippers in the preseason game. The team made it clear they're bringing him along slowly, and honestly, like that makes sense. Like I'm not mad at that. If there's no reason to rush him into action, why would you? Better to take their time and make sure that he's ready when it counts. And look, we don't even know yet if this means that he'll sit out the whole preseason. You know what I'm saying? According to Joey Lynn, Beal has been scrimmaging. He's been looking good. And the expectation is that he'll be ready to go on opening night for the regular season. And that's what matters most above all else. I just hope that he knows that he's got the support from Clipper Nation. He dealt with so much scrutiny in his career. And when you add in the fact that people still aren't taking this team seriously, that can really wear on a player. But I'm rooting for him. I know that he had a conversation with Lou Williams, Clippers legend, and Lou Will is rooting for him. So even if we don't get to see much of Beal in the preseason, the main thing is his health because we need him at full strength when the real season starts, and that's all I'm really concerned about. But without further ado, what you guys have been waiting for. It is game day! Game day! Okay, I ain't about to dance for y'all, but yeah, it's game day. Everybody else is suited up and ready to go. Everybody else is playing tonight as the Clippers take on the Guangzhou Lung Lions at Front Wave Arena just a couple hours south of LA. Now, I know that it's preseason, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt, but still, I'd like to think that we can pull this one out. Like, the Lung Lions, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you're not familiar with the Lung Lions, let me put you on. I watched them play the other day against the Spurs, and they've got some guys that can really hoop. And you'd surprised to hear that one of them is none other than former NBA All-Star Victor Oladipo. Shout out Oladipo, man. You know what I'm saying? He deserves a spot back in the league. But, yeah, he's still out here, and he drops 20 against San Antonio. Obviously, they didn't win, but he still dropped 20. You get what I'm saying? So with Beal out, I'm expecting Chris Dunn to probably start at the 2 and likely take on that Oladipo assignment. Assuming that Oladipo is going to be playing, I don't really see why he wouldn't. He's trying to get himself back a roster spot, which there are plenty people in the NBA that are, not to be mean, but less deserving of a roster spot than Victor Oladipo is. So I'm going to leave that alone. But, they've also got Frank the Tank Kaminsky, Wisconsin legend, March Madness legend, if you remember, 2015 days. But if you know Frank, you know he's not going to make it easy for our bigs. But honestly, I'm not really looking at this game just for the score. I'm looking at how we look as a cohesive unit. I'm looking at how we run our sets, how we rotate, how we use our rotations, how they click, who meshes the best together. And in a way, this is the first real test against a professional opponent that's not, ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they've been scrimmaging against each other, but this is like for real. So for me, like I said, it's all about cohesion, getting that feel, that building, that chemistry, and just seeing this squad take the floor together. And I'm very amped up to watch it play out. I don't know what channel it's on. And because this is not another NBA team, I'm not sure if I'll be able to watch this with League Pass or not. But if I'm not able to, I will definitely be keeping up, and you guys will get an update as soon as I'm able to get it to you. But until then, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please excuse my sneezing. It's about that time of year. just bear with me. You know, send me some money for tissue. I don't know. Nah, I'm not that type of person. But I will ask you to like and comment all your thoughts on this video. Let me know your expectations for the game tonight. Let me know what you think about Beal sitting out. What do you think about the criticism that we get from all of these people that know nothing about basketball deeper than the surface level? And then, pour one out. Shout out to my boy James Harden, 4-point king. That's going to continue this year. I guarantee you we see no less than 3. Knock on wood. But like I said, that's going to do it for this one. Again, hit that like button if you enjoyed. Of course, consider subscribing if you're new here. And y'all be easy. Y'all stay sleazy. And as always, keep it capital P. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Y'all take it easy. Peace.